So we have a bunch of ice, sleet wheat, water weed, and some other things. Okay. So what do you guys think? Should I just pipe all of this hydrogen that I've got through my... No. It seems like I might be better off pumping all of my water. Maybe. Because this area is cold. My one fear is, how long is it going to be cold for? Because we found a cold biome. I mean, my other option is just go back to super stupid ice fan maker situation. Because, yeah, no matter what, this is kind of ugly. I have 2 mesh tiles here. I'm gonna deconstruct that. Because what I could do is have 2 e-ice fans hanging out right there. We just actually need to get them to work. Uh-oh. What's going on here? I see, we don't have any... We don't have... Because of that mishap, we don't have any hydrogen in the tank. I mean, it should be okay. Wander activated my Siri as I was drawing. Siri by lube. Cortana by lube. Don't question it, Siri. What is there? There's like a little bit of polluted oxygen in here. Well, do we get 2 more mesh tiles? I'm just gonna put a deodorizer right there. We just need some regular oxygen in here. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, these are just going to be eating my copper. Oh, God. So the problem is... these things are so hot. It costs 80 kilograms of wait, what the hell? That's really expensive to keep those things good. Made a mess. Where? Why? Oh. How? Where does this just random piece of copper come from every single time? And how do these people keep getting trapped in here? I'm really confused. Because I just don't see where it's coming from. Okay, so hopefully I can get enough ice that I can start cooling this area. And thank you, Hydrowisp, for the 12-month resub. Finally. Been busy? We just not have any ice? Oh, we just don't have enough power. I mean, I think we straight up are gonna have to, like, give up on this one. I more or less screwed myself over. And, like, pretty soon this Wheezewort isn't gonna be enough. I guess I'm gonna Hail Mary my way through some of this. I think they're trapping themselves in this room. Why? Okay. Do we just not have any ice? Oh. Needs air pressure. Are we just not outputting anything? We're not. We have nothing. Pump not in gas. There's nothing in here. Why not? We have some kind of horror cascade where nothing is working, and I'm not sure why. No power. Yeah, I think we're straight up doomed. We got pretty far, and we might be able to make it out of this, but, like, good lord, it's not looking good for me. Oh! I'm gonna keep going, obviously, but it's not even the Ninja Copper, it's heat. Let's see, maybe your next place should be an ice planet. I think in general, what I really need to do is just immediately get those ice machines going far sooner. In the cycle. Because without it, we're actually super doomed. And thank you, Hydrowisp, for the 2,000 bits as well. I had one of those heavenly days today where everything went well. Please take this. So yours is too. Well, thank you. I have destroyed my foot somehow, and I'm not sure why, but... I mean, honestly, it'll recover. I just can't stand still for whatever reason. Okay. God damn it. I really hate it when a character starts doing something and has to go to the bathroom. It would be nice if they had planned an activity for a while. But yeah, next space, definitely I'm going to compartmentalize more. I gotta figure out better heat distribution, though, because there's next to nothing. Like, I'm actually going to say that's almost a mild failing of this game, because you can solve almost every problem except for heat. heat is this, like, weird thing that I just don't have tech for. And so I'm constantly just, like, trying to figure my way around it and into it or something like that. Yeah, all I can think of is mass planting Wheezeworts to solve the problem. Yeah, I'm confused. Part of it is there used to be a lot of exploits to deal with heat. And I was doing research before I started today, and straight up half of the heat distribution and heat solutions don't work anymore. Or don't work that well. Like, one of the pieces of advice I have is straight up just like, pipe hydrogen through everything. It'll help a lot. And it's like, nope. As far as I can tell, it's still really freaking hot in here. Yeah, steam turbines might be the solution. Hopefully we can find some Wheezeworts out here. Is the hydrogen actually cold? Let's see. So if we go to ventilation overlay and pause here, it's like 66 degrees when it comes out of here, and immediately goes up to 84. Like, what little cooling it's doing is so non-existent, I'm not sure if it's worthwhile. Like, I think if I wanted to do heat... If I want to do proper cooling, I think I just need an insane amount of ice makers. Now, if Wheezeworts actually drop seeds, I'd be really happy. That would solve all my problems. I wonder if there's a mod for that. But yeah, effectively, I mean, we're doing okay for at least a little bit. Yeah, aquatuners with steam turbines. Let's see. My problem is, I don't have steam turbines yet, and it's gonna take a while to get them up. Yeah, you need that third hydrogen cooler that people said was too much. Yeah, maybe. The problem is I'm just not outputting nearly enough volume. One way or another. I mean, low air pressure. Okay, what do we have in here? I'm just gonna put in an oxygen diffuser. Now let's cancel that. We want to have the oxygen diffuser connected to this line instead. I mean, it looks like we're providing a little bit of cooling here. In fact, it actually seems to be cooling this room down more than I thought. These aren't overheating anymore. So it looks like just mass cap cooling might actually do the trick. See, water is low in one tank. This one? Eh, it's fine. This is the only tank that currently matters. This tank is empty. Let me see. How's the temperature here doing? I mean, obviously it's bad. Okay. Well, they're cooling this down bit by bit, actually. Let's see, and this is going, surprisingly. Okay, we might still be able to make something out of this. How much food do we have? Apparently we have enough food to feed these people. I'm honestly perpetually surprised. Okay. Let's see, the salt water has really good specific heat capacity. Yeah, the problem is this asshole is... See, is that a wart seed I see? Yeah, I got a wart seed. I don't know what they do. Well, I'm gonna uproot these. We'll see about other things. We haven't lost yet, which I thought we were about to bite it there for a bit. Okay, do we have... Wow, this is a very small cold biome. I mean, there's that security door there. I wonder if you can just, like, rip it apart. Yep. Sure. Oh, that's where all this water is coming from. We should probably put in an airlock. Because otherwise that's just gonna make my, my base here a bit of a mess. Not too big of one, but still an annoyance. Let's see. Yeah, what we could try and do is just make this really cold. And what's the temperature in here? It's actually dropping. It was like 150 in here earlier, but looks like going all in on ice might have done the trick. We might need to get another person, though. Okay, well, what else do we have? Oh! We have another wart! Not sure where I got it from, but okay. Let's check temp. Let's see. What does it require? Pretty dang good. Okay, let's get a farm tile right there. You might be wondering why I'm putting it in here, and that's mainly just because... this room's gonna heat up, and I don't want to have to manage it. I'm not seeing any other warts here. Oh, but you get them from just, like, digging around in this area. Oh, you can put it in a planter box. Well, yeah. But yeah, if I get that, and we have enough power, I'm gonna get some more ice makers. Problem is, we're gonna have our people mostly just cranking ice. But still, we'll solve problems. We'll solve some problems. Unfortunately, the temperature in many of these rooms is starting to become an issue. Well, at the same time, I can deconstruct this. Because we straight up only have one functional... We barely have any coal anymore. I can farm more of it, but I've given up. Just gonna put another fan in there. What's it doing? Because, yeah, because both of them are going bananas with this, it's actually cooling this room pretty quick. The other room's not so much so, but still helps. Let's see, isn't there gold around? Yeah, we actually have been starting to use gold for a lot of this. Okay, new printables. Frostwart? Nope. I'll do get somebody new. Sure, we're gonna grab Bonnie. And we need some more furniture. At some point I will give these people, like, proper living situations, and that'll probably be the day where I'm not, like, dying. We might actually want to tear this room up. Because at this point I've hit kind of an equilibrium on water. Let's see, anyway. If this thing's starting to... Wait, overheat temperature isn't that high in here. What is this overheating? I don't know. I mean, honestly, we could just give up on the whole coal generator situation anyway. We still need this as a carbon dioxide skimmer, though. Mop that up. Yeah. Maybe that does the trick, because these things have just been continuously outputting heat forever. And maybe we'll be okay if I do that. Same thing with this. So if I keep this guy here, it should keep the rest of this room nice and cold, especially if they're constantly... Especially if they're just gonna be constantly... Wow, that produces a shit ton of heat, though. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see, do I have a med bay somewhere to heal the dupes? Nope. Oh wait, no. That's not it. I'm just gonna tear that whole thing up. Might make a bit of a mess, but we'll see. Okay, do I have any aluminum? Doesn't look like I have aluminum. Okay, I apparently have enough, but I need some reed fiber. Which I should probably grow some of. The temp in here is still getting pretty bad. Let's see. So medicinal balm. We also have waterweed. Let's me lettuce. Oh, I see. They're kind of big. I'll make a balm lily. Okay. Oh, even right there. Let's see. We've got the ice on the way. So you don't plant those unless you have to. Look at the liquid consumption on them. That's a lot of polluted water. Okay. I'm gonna have one of them. Just one. Never mind. That's a... Ah! Yeah, I guess I'll just want to, I guess I'll want to just get this stuff out in the wild. That is ridiculous. At least I don't have to get it anywhere else, but still... Question, can I deconstruct some of this? Looks like I can. Okay, move debris into storage. Unfortunately, oh god, we have so much. So much of this here, and everything is wet. Kind of uncertain where some of this water just comes from. I guess it must drip down from above, but I am unsure. The oxygen going into the plants is coming in too hot. You mean here? Oh, and that needs chlorine. Never mind on that. Okay, so let's check temperatures in here. Still rough. I mean, it straight up looks like we're gonna need a silly amount of wheezewort to even deal with this. Ah, yeah, going into the vents. Not much I can do about it, really. I don't know. I'm probably gonna, between sessions, sit down and say, like, okay, how do you cool one of these places? Because this super sucks. I know that I've heard things about, like, steam and so on and so forth, but, like... Well, we have thermo aqua tuners. Yeah, isolate for sure. I mean, to some small degree, we really could actually just... It'd be really difficult for me to just tear everything up at this point and shut it all off. And only do the bare necessities to cool it down. The other problem is I can't make the steam turbine. Yet. It's one of the only things I can't make because it requires lots of refined metal. Let's see. Destroy heat with certain buildings like the polluted water purifier. They actually changed that. You can't actually destroy heat with the water sieve anymore. Originally, it used to output water at like a certain temperature. And then they've patched it at this point, so it actually just outputs at the same temperature that it went in at, which kind of sucks. Because that's actually what that was one of my original plans to start today, and then right before I hit the stream button, it was like, oh, yeah, never mind. You can't delete heat that way. That's why I was trying to use the hydrogen generator, but we just don't have enough hydrogen rolling in. You're still playing on Quality of Life 3, and it works there. You're bad. Yeah, and that's one of my problems to some small degrees. They've actually changed and patched a considerable amount of this game, which I really appreciate, but it actually means there's a lot of misinformation out there on, like, how to fix certain things, and it's just like, nope. They changed that too, and it sucks. Because some of those sound freaking useful. We're actually getting this room down below 100. Some of these are still pretty freaking hot, though. How's it been so far tonight? Pretty good. What's this thing's temperature? It's okay. I'm having trouble, but that's just because this game is hard. And I'm not going to say unfair, but it is very much a clay production of, like, hey, we're going to make this arcane, and just stupid hard. A lot of people, when I started this, were like, man, you know, I'm not going to watch this because, like, you know, you're not playing on the harder difficulty. And I'm like, I think I really need that harder difficulty. And what do you know? I'm completely correct on that. I do not need the harder difficulty. Sorry. Because, like, this is already hard enough as it is. Not knowing how to play a clay game is effectively ultra hard mode. Third or fourth playthrough, once you really know what you're getting into, okay, that's fine, but, like, I'm pretty sure I should get rid of these thermoregulators. Because I don't think they're doing much at all. I like the idea of them. It almost feels like what I should do. Maybe I'd be better off actually, like, trying to super cool the oxygen. Because now that I'm looking at it, these things are producing way more oxygen than they are hydrogen. But yeah, I think my first and best solution straight up would be, yeah, obviously isolate the heat. Find better better means of handling it. I really wish you could have automated ice fans. Like, if you could automate this entire ice situation. That's actually a bit of a grumble. Is that there's some really cool automation here, but it'd be really nice if there was, like... if everything was ultimately automatable from... yeah, we don't need the salt water. I'll grab the fungal spore. From cooling your base to everything else. Okay, so this guy's finally getting up in there. Did we... okay, so somebody did actually dig a hole in there. Automation wire. I'm gonna deconstruct that and try and go down. Because I'd like to see what's inside. Because, yeah, I think if I had skipped coal, gone for the gas power real quick, comparatively, and just made sure to always keep it cool in that room, it would have solved the problem. I mean, currently we've staved off a lot of our big heat generation by doing this. Like, it is actually kind of cooling the base. The problem is this area is producing quite a fair bit of heat on its own, so I'm gonna have to panic and deal with that pretty soon. Let's see, did they get rid of the anti-entropy thermonullifier? That's part of what I'm looking for here, because I'm hoping I can find it. I just... where's this sample to unlock? I'm just gonna send somebody for a bioscan and we'll just see what happens. See, electrolysis produces 9 times more mass of oxygen, but you get twice as much volume as hydrogen. You mean with hydrogen? Okay. I don't know. I still kind of think I'm gonna have to do research for. Oh god, I'm down to my last 2 food production plants. And yeah, I realize I could move the whole thing, but even moving it, I'm not sure if that would solve issues. I guess what I could do... let's cancel this for a second. I don't know if there's any wires or anything moving behind this. And the last time I tried to do this, it went bad. Okay, yep. Knew it. There's something moving behind there. We're just gonna deconstruct a couple of these. Okay, so we're gonna do airflow tile, airflow tile. I'm just gonna move one of the ice generators in here. Let's see. When are you ever gonna play Streets of Rogue? I've played it. I enjoy the game, but I don't enjoy it that much. So chances are I'm probably not gonna play it again unless somebody specifically, like another YouTuber, asks me to and is like, "Hey, you wanna play some Streets of Rogue?" And I'll be like, "Sure." But yeah, I think I actually have this problem somewhat consistently with all clay products. At least they're like sandboxy ones of... If you don't know what you're doing, you eventually soft lock yourself, and unless you like really panic, figure it out quick, or like just straight up look it up, you're kind of screwed. One thing I always liked about Factorio is there were very few like impending death situations where you're just like, oh, well, shoot, you know, there's no winning this. Usually you just have to go back a little bit and then try again, and it wasn't so bad. Holy crap, these poles are expensive. That's where all my copper went. Making fire poles. But like, I don't know, it would be a little bit nicer to some degree if you could actually wow, these things require a hell of a lot of gold too. Yeah, clay lets you paint yourself into a corner. And for how long it takes to play these games, for me that actually kind of sucks. And I think to some degree it's because of the abject lack of tutorialization that most clay products seem to exhibit. Holy crap, it's getting toasty in this room. I was hoping the Wheezewort and ice machines would be enough, but maybe not. I'm not sure. Because this works as a very temporary situation, and then eventually you have to say, like, oh god, this room is just death. I guess I could, like, turn them all off, but we'd still have ice issues? I don't know. But, you know, I appreciate the find out as you go logic. On the flip side, it is a bit of a... It is a bit of a pain. Can we still not go in here? I'm just gonna try and get into some of these rooms. If I'm gonna lose, because, I mean, I've solved some of my heat issues, but it's still not great. Because, like, we're kind of just averaging out at 100 degrees, but, like, this area is just gonna be too hot. Okay. So now we have access to this. I'm gonna tell somebody to rummage this one. Oh. There's a 3-ring binder inside. I scanned the surviving documents. Time's arrow. I've been unable to shake the notion of the bow. The thought of its mechanics are too intriguing. I can only dream of the mark such a device would make upon the world. Imagine a source of inexhaustible energy. So many of humanity's problems could be solved with this one invention. Domestic energy, environmental pollution, fuel wars. I have to pursue this dream no matter what. Moderate wounds, hungry, dying. Okay, get out of there. But nothing's useful in there. Unfortunately, this is just gonna suck. We're gonna end up with a fair bit of ice here. Fortunately, I get the feeling that it's all just gonna melt on me, but you know what? I can use it. You have to go through the door with a dupe. I mean, do I? This door? Problem is, I just have so many other things that I'm concerned with that it doesn't feel important. Because, yeah, this room's right up to 100. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to bail on this one just because if I build anything else, I die. Like, even keeping the oxygen going is gonna kill me. There's a couple of spots that are... I'm, like, slowly beating back the temperature, but it's not much. And it's not great. So, I think what I'm gonna do is just put a fork in this one. Say, I'm enjoying this. It's fun. But the whole heat situation, I need to find a solution to before... I need to find a solution to the heat problem before I even start. And I think I need to figure out how the whole, I need to figure out how to do, like, plastics and steam. Because I know steam's... I can do stuff with steam, and I can do stuff with a couple other things that'll help. But without the actual, like, knowledge of that beforehand, I'm just gonna constantly flounder myself further into this corner, and then eventually just, like, I'll, well, starve to death, probably. It'll feel unsatisfying, because, yeah, I am currently stuck. I'm spending half my copper on frivolous things just to maybe eke out another, like, 3-5 hours of gameplay. Who knows? I might be able to get it working. And plastics create a ton of heat. Oh, good. Alright. Yeah, for everybody that wants me to play on survival, until I understand this game, I don't want to touch it. Yeah, so I think I was on Oceania, which was neat, but not really that necessary. An ice planet might not be a bad idea. So we might do Rime next time around, and work with that. There's some other ones that would be fun. And we'll definitely have to see about, modifiers. I might see if I can get some mods, some more mods before next time. I should probably talk about that. Let's see. So, I do actually have some mods for this game. Currently, I have self-sealing airlocks, player-controlled switch, stats unlimited, which didn't matter that much for this one. Stop sublimation while in storage, so I don't think, like, oxalite doesn't break down while it's in there. Happy Digging Dwarf Edition means, when I'm digging, the higher my dig skill, the less resources get lost, which is kind of neat. Because normally, if you dig out a block, you only get like 50% of what was in there, which just doesn't make sense. It kind of makes sense, but still. Let's see. Bigger capacity just makes my storage bigger. Let's see. Bigger building menu. You probably saw that. It was just larger. Conveyor rail filter, which I never used because I never got to that point. And the half door, which I was using. It looked a little jank, but still. Anyway, so that was my mod list, at least for this challenge. I'll see if I can get a couple more, and obviously figure out how to handle heat management. Because even if I go to that ice planet, I'm still eventually going to cook myself. It'll just be slightly easier to work with. So for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.